Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Wednesday. All right, guys. So hopefully you caught our recap with our girls for our Vanderpump Rules in the Valley recap. If you didn't, then definitely go back and check it out. But in the meantime, we are back to talk about some Real Housewives of New Jersey, and that's exactly what we're about to get into. So before we jump in, go ahead, pop off in the comment section, smash that like button if you're not subscribed. If you are subscribed, hey, welcome to the party, and make sure you do everything in between. Now, with that, let's jump right in. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. All right, guys. So we're going to start with the Melissa Gorga of it all. And she has been in the news recently as the Real Housewives of New Jersey is back on air. However, some of her old drama is emerging as her former business partner alleges that Melissa stole money from the business. Plus, she weighs in on the drama with Joe Gorga and Teresa Giudice. Now, as fans know, Melissa has a few clothing boutiques called Envy by Melissa. Previously, she partnered with Jackie Beard Robinson, but they had a falling out. Recently, Jackie stopped by Behind the Velvet Rope with David Yontif, the podcast, to promote her new book. But while on the show, she also discussed her former partnership with Melissa, which also happens to be in the book. Now, regarding Melissa, she begins to say that she would pay herself from the drawer at the store as well as use the company credit card. However, the story gets much worse. According to Jackie, there was like $10,000 worth of damage to the clothes, and you can't store too much there, but it ruined about 10,000 worth of clothes, and it takes forever for an insurance company to reimburse you. So she went on to say that she and her husband had to deposit the check from the insurance company into the business account, which of course Melissa had access to. And it takes forever for an insurance company to reimburse you, just so you know. My husband was nice enough to say, we'll give Melissa 20% of it. And she took the check and we never got any of it. How that happened, I still don't know. She then goes on to reiterate that Melissa allegedly took the entire $10,000 after being entitled to only 20%. So my husband puts it in there, the lawyer did, and it's gone. She took it all. Yes, it was supposed to come right back out and to us, and I don't know how that happened. I still don't know how it happened. She then explained why the situation upset her so much, and she said it burns me because we were nice enough to offer you, even after the store is settled and done, to give her 20% after they took it. But for context, this is something that happened between season 7 and 8. Jackie goes on to say that Melissa went on season 8 of Real Housewives of New Jersey and accused her of stealing the inventory. This led her and her husband to suing for defamation because Melissa's story was hurting their reputation. Jackie also had plans to relocate one of her stores, but decided not to as a result. And she said, because when she said that, you're not going to recover from that. She's going to tell her side of the story, but I'm never going to tell my side of the story. I'm always going to be like, people are going to be like, this lady could be a thief. You know, she was kind of on the Housewives and she's a little bit shady. But Jackie ended up suing Melissa and they went into arbitration. However, it was then decided that the case wasn't worthy of the arbitration process. This took years to do. Years for the case to be said, all this time and money wasted to say, oh no, we're not going to arbitrate the case. And I don't get that at all. I still don't. But Jackie then says that she felt like she was screwed in the process. And I asked a Superior Court judge I played golf with this summer in Maine. He said, you got screwed. The COVID would happen and your case got lost in the ruffle of it. So you got screwed. But David then asked Jackie about the rumors that Melissa had an affair, but she doesn't believe it happened. She also doesn't think Joe was ever jealous. Jackie says, no, I don't think so then. They had pretty young kids then, and I don't feel like they were. I mean, they're both kind of fun, flirtatious people. However, Joe did come into the store and he had his ideas for how it could grow. And Jackie then remarks that she never saw him talk about his sister. But regarding the feud, Jackie believes if either Teresa or Melissa were going to apologize, it would be Teresa. According to Jackie, she seems to be the one that'll say things, it's not worth it. And I don't know. I just feel like she's the more forgiving one. I don't know. She also does not think the feud is the end of Teresa and her brother, and she believes they will work things out because they love each other. Regarding the show, Jackie believes if one of them leaves, they both will.
That's a big statement. But all right. Now moving on. Andy Cohen shuts down Melissa Gorga's attempts to discredit Teresa Giudice's role in building Real Housewives in New Jersey, according to All About the Real Housewives. On the May 12th episode of Watch What Happens Live, Andy Cohen asked Melissa if she'd rather have lunch with Danielle Staub or Teresa Giudice. Would you rather have lunch with Danielle Staub or Teresa? Andy asked her, and she said, I want to have lunch with Danielle. She created the franchise. We can't forget that, which is what Melissa replied, but obviously taking a shot at Teresa, the only remaining OG on the show. And she said, or he said, she created the franchise with 4 other women, yes, including Teresa, is what Andy clarified, referring to the Real Housewives in New Jersey season 1 cast, which consisted of Teresa, Danielle, Jacqueline, Caroline, and Dina. Elsewhere in the episode, Andy asked if Melissa's 3 kids, Antonia, Gino, and Joey, were in contact with Teresa's 4 daughters, Gia, Gabriella, Melania, and Adriana. And Melissa admitted that they don't see each other, but they are in contact. They text happy birthday and all of that. They don't hang out, but they do text. Okay. I mean, I do have to say, this one I was not entirely expecting. But wait. Last but not least, Margaret Joseph admits that she spoke to Louis' ex and says that Teresa is a sociopath. Margaret Joseph recently appeared on SiriusXM's Jeff Lewis Live to promote season 14 of The Real Housewives in New Jersey, and during the interview, Margaret Joseph discussed her drama with Teresa Giudice and the Real Housewives in New Jersey OG, saying that the world will soon see what a liar Marge is. Teresa said, and I quote, I can't wait for the world to see what a liar she is. And she was referring to you, Margaret Josephs, is what Jeff Lewis said before asking, what is she talking about? I love it. Let me take the wind out of her sails. This is her big bomb, is what Margaret Joseph spoke to Louis' ex, Vanessa. Big deal. Jeff followed up by asking, okay, how did that happen? How did you speak to Vanessa? How did you find her? And Margaret insisted that she never reached out to Vanessa on Instagram. Instead, she insists that it was Vanessa who DM'd her. No, I didn't find her. It's so ridiculous. I spoke to her, big deal. It was nothing major. She thinks that I was putting, I was the one putting things out there from the beginning. And I never spoke to Vanessa before I met Louis. I never spoke to him the first year he was on the show, nothing like that. And after they spoke to Laura, I spoke to her maybe once or twice, and that was not a big deal. But after the Bo Dietl stuff, I spoke to her for sure. She said that's what it was. She had DM'd me, at that point with all of the lawsuits and this going on. She had reached out to, all of us. And at this point, everybody was in contact with Bo Dietl because we were like, what's going on here? Because at that point, she had already had the restraining order and everything. But prior to that, I will say that with the Laura stuff, after the Laura season, I had, DM'd with her and that was it, but nothing before that. So that's the very big bomb that they have, her big bomb, and it was Margaret speaking about the Vanessa of it all. Again, I'm gonna have to say that Margaret speaking on this, I was a little bit shocked. I feel like there could have been a better way to handle this. I feel like she did not handle it the best way. But also, what is she supposed to say? So I do want to add that in real quick. What the hell is Margaret Joseph supposed to say when it comes to all of this? I don't think that there's anything that she can say that anybody else hasn't already said. So I'm going to leave it at that. But I want to hear what you guys think. So pop off in the comment section. If you guys are not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and we'll see you next time. Love you guys.